Three. Welcome to Shop Talk Live, everybody. Okay, I guess good. Okay, wait, Susie.
Welcome, guys. Welcome to Shop Talk Live, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And my co-host,
Nigel Phillips.
all right, you got it. All right, we have a special guest today. We have Corey here. He's going to talk about his whole experience with his injections, right? Did I say it right? No. Okay, he's going to help him out. The proper term that he got.
Well,
That's why Nigel.
so Corey is going to tell us what happened to his body when he got injected with Fix-A-Flat and why you guys should not do it. That's not it either? No.
I do it. No. I do it. This is Corey Eubanks. I'm going to tell y'all about what happened to me after I got enhancements on my butt.
A butt enhancement.
That's it.
Okay, you did try to say something.
That's it.
I didn't know I was going to need a drink. This Gatorade, but I didn't know I was going to need it.
Well, Corey, tell us your whole experience. What happened?
So to start from the beginning, like in 2005, I had butt enhancements on my butt, my underground doctor. What I mean by underground doctor is they're not a doctor. It's a practice that was used, and it's still being used. It's a practice that
They use a lot in the gay.
I was gonna say it kind of back then, those were the people that were doing it. So no ladies was going to get butt shots because they were women. And they already had butt, I guess.
Right.
So there were men trying to change their figure and change their shape, so whatever the situation was. And then ladies followed suit for the ones that didn't have butts.
Wait a minute.
I'm just telling you what ladies did afterwards.
So you was trying to change your whole shape?
No, I wasn't trying to, that wasn't me.
Oh.
I'm telling you a whole
Oh,
story. No, I wasn't. I already was fine as hell. So I decided to get some enhancements to make my butt have a nice little hump at the top. And what I mean by hump is, so I had a round butt, but I had it sloped down and then it was round. So I wanted that, what I got now, let me show y'all. I wanted to make sure that the entire,
I'm gonna move over a little bit because this is.
Why is it your eye?
Yeah, it's a lot.
oh, okay. So I wanted the entire circle. I wanted a circle, and in order for you to achieve the circle besides squats, and that's how I really got a nice figure doing squats. But in order for you to achieve this hump, you had to be born a girl. Girls have those humps. There are some guys that are built like women, but they don't have a hump. So I added the hump right here. So my enhancements is right here.
To just make it perfect.
Just to make it be perfect.
Right.
Instead of sloping down and then come around.
Oh,
right.
gotcha. Okay.
So anyway, and I wore these pants purposely so you guys can see. Anyways, this happened in 2005. Life went on. I'm a personal trainer, so I stay fit, nice legs. I didn't need any help with anything else. And I'm a firm believer in doing what you want to do to change what you want to change. And a part of me changing what I wanted to change was the enhancements, because back then there wasn't such as fat transfer.
That was the thing.
There's no such surgery. So people would, I'm not going to say people, I would say the people that knew of the underground world, because there's a lot of straight people didn't know what the underground doctor was, and didn't even know people were getting that done, except for going to a regular doctor.
Right.
So they would assume, a lot of straight people assumed you automatically got that done at the surgical center, and there was no such procedure for butt enhancements. So anyway, I got it done. Fast forward to 2022. February, I woke up one morning and getting ready to get out of bed, and I tripped and fell because my right leg was paining, like a slight pain, as if I hit it or something, and I knew I hadn't hit it.
So you say you got it done in 2002?
2005.
2005, okay, and this year, February?
This year, 2022.
22, okay, that's right.
So I'm thinking, oh, maybe I hurt myself, or maybe something happened at night when I got up to pee, or anything could have happened. I didn't know why I would even have a pain like that, because I didn't remember hitting my leg. So I ended up saying, you know what, I'm just gonna stay home all day. And I work from home, so I'm able to stay home all day if I want.
Luxury.
I stayed home all day and was hoping like whatever happened, that it shifts back to my regular self. And it didn't. The next day, there was a little more pain, and I was hopping. Everywhere I was going, I was like hopping. I'm like, what the hell? And I'm still, in my mind, I was blaming it on 50, that I would turn 50. But in reality, I was saying, yeah, a lot of shit gonna happen, but why is this pain with the limp?
Yeah.
The next day, I decided, because it was so excruciating, the pain was, I decided I'm leaving. I'm going to the doctor. I get to the doctor, and everybody that was in the emergency room, I went to the emergency room, like because they couldn't see anything, they were treating me like maybe I sprained it or something.
Mm-hmm.
So they was really taking their time, and I'm in excruciating pain at this point. Finally,
So
they
you went
called.
to the emergency room,
I went to the emergency
it
room.
was an emergency to them.
No, that wasn't even. I don't care how I was sitting there saying, They was like, you sprained it.
You all right.
You all right. Let me take care of these other people. They
So-
get me back there, and the doctor look at it. They do X-rays. They do all this stuff, and because it looks like swelling, they thinking nothing. And he says, we think you got bit by a spider.
Mm.
And I say, no, I don't think so. I don't know. That couldn't happen. So the next day, now they made me stay in the hospital. They started putting me on antibiotics because they thought maybe it was an infection.
Mm-hmm.
Although they only seen swelling in the X-ray and the X-ray and the MRI.
Okay.
And they call it lymphedema. And there was a little split, like a cut.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't went nowhere, so they didn't understand a cut coming, and I'm laying in the bed. So they thought a spider bit me, and then they started treating it for spider. They giving me all these antibiotics. They treating a spider bite. And the pain is still, without them giving me pain medication, the pain is still there on a constant scale, like, period. Not going away, not calming down. And I'm freaking out because I'm thinking, what the hell done happened? In my mind, I didn't want to believe that it was connected to the butt shots. But because it was happening to the one ankle that was kind of swollen for some years, my mind was saying that's what it's connected to. But I didn't say it at first. And then the doctors was coming in, and they were checking my feet and everything. And every time he was checking my feet, he really wasn't looking at me. By this time, he said he's gonna have to cut it open. So they cut it open, and I got this complete like shell. It looks like a shell. I don't know if you guys seen the picture of it, but it looks like a shell of dark, like a turtle shell of darkness, like in a swerve motion, like in a swervy pattern. But it was dead tissue.
Wow.
It's called calcified tissue. So they said they thought again the spider bite and poor circulation caused the tissue to die, and that's what happened. Well, I kept telling them it was related to it had to be related to the booty shots because I ain't hit my leg and nothing ever happened. And the night when the pain came out of nowhere. It wasn't like it was gradually building up. It just was
It's just one day. You can't-
pain. I couldn't walk and pain.
That's like, I would,
Listen, I'm telling you, I thought the same thing. I thought the same thing. I was like, how? Why not a little bit of pain, then it was just pain, and then the leg was.
So how long did it keep you?
So at this
How long did it
point-
take them to really figure out?
At this
what
point, I was there two days. When they cut it and seen that, now it became like a little more drastic.
That was big.
And now they really not looking at me. They ain't looked at me none of the time. They coming up. No eye contact. I'm sitting there doing like this, like really moving. I was laying back, but I'm laying back like this, like trying to tell them, you can get me? Bitch, cause you keep doing my leg like this and saying wiggle your leg, but you looking at my leg and won't look at me. So I'm literally freaking out at this point because I know something like this something bad.
It's serious, right?
And then if you look at it, I would instantly start crying. So a lot of times the doctor was getting scared because I'm crying every time he walk in. And he didn't know I was crying because every time he came, he did not give me eye contact. So I figured it was something horrible. So time is going on, and now they're saying that we're gonna let you go home, but we need to figure out what this is. It's not a mosquito bite. So now they stopped all the antibiotics. So now they stopped all of that, and he says he has to take tissue off and remove it. And they sent it out to the labs to see like what it is. They think it is something else, not dead tissue. So they sent it off to the labs. Everything came back nothing like negative. For whatever test they sent it out, everything was coming back negative. I'm still telling them that it may be connected to the butt shots, and they still looking at me like, bitch, that's impossible. Shut up. Don't say that again. And I'm freaking out again because he still ain't looked. So they finally said they were going to do a procedure called debridement, which means they cut a bunch of my tissue off, like dig it out, not cut it off, dig it out. So they dig out all this dead tissue, and it's a wound in my ankle area. At this point, now I'm freaking out because now I'm thinking things are gonna happen that I can't control.
Right, you think about to lose.
I'm gonna lose this foot, and it's gonna be this much. Like I'm gonna have this much foot from the ground. Like I'm gonna have this much room left. No, this gonna be gone.
No space.
Cut that much space.
Between
And I'm thinking about how I'm gonna work out and how I'm wondering how I'm gonna do anything with this much space left. And I was gonna probably have to walk like this or whatever the situation was gonna be. It was gonna be this much space. Now I'm scared to death. The doctor finally tells me that they removed all the calcified tissue, and then they did another surgery because higher up there was still some dark, not black like the other part was, but it was dark tissue, so they cut that. I think the doctor was thinking that this stuff was like migrating. Probably would have migrated all over my whole leg.
Right.
So they cut everything they could cut, and that was the end without. Luckily I didn't get nerve damage. I'm sure some nerves were damaged, but I don't have nerve damage in that leg, in that ankle. So they go ahead and do it again, and at this point he finally tells me, like, I was terrified that I was going to have to cut your leg off, and I didn't want to tell you because you were crying every time I walked in. And I finally told him I was crying because you never looked at me. You kept not looking at me. You were scaring me to death. Meantime, all these things are going through my head, and they still don't believe that they had anything with butt shots. They get a artery doctor to come in and use the camera to go and look from my groin on one side to look all the way down to see what could have caused it or what they think they can find. They end up finding that driplets of mineral oil is inside my entire body, the size of sand grains, she said.
So that's what was used to enhance your
mineral oil. So that's the lie that the underground doctor told me. He told me it was medical grade silicone.
So the doctor that did your enhancements told you it was
Medical grade
silicone,
silicone,
when in actuality,
mineral
mineral oil was pumped into your,
oil body. But, and the mineral oil was $2.68.
and what was the fee for the actual procedure?
$1,100.
Wow.
So,
So he charged me $1,100 to put mineral oil in a little container and get it out the container with a needle.
okay, with a syringe and inject it
Yeah.
into your body,
Yeah.
injecting poison into your body.
Injecting poison. Well, this ain't poison because it's mineral
Once
oil.
it goes
But
into
as
your
soon as it go in,
It's
it
your body.
turns into poison. It
Wow.
turns into poison. So a lot of people didn't realize that over the years, something gonna happen with that poison. And either your body's gonna push it out, your body's gonna reject it, or something internal is gonna continue to happen till it explodes.
At this point, you don't have anything else going on with,
No.
okay.
So everything, all of it's gone. Everything's
You still
gone.
have the form.
No, I'm talking about in my butt.
That's from squats.
What the pump right here?
That's still my ass and that's that. Yeah. So listen, what happened is, whatever mineral oil got in there.
You look confused.
So I'm saying, whatever mineral oil stayed at the surface,
Yeah.
right there, it stayed there and my skin accepted it.
Okay, okay.
I think what happened when she injected me, it went through like you know your body has organs and all this. It went through a hole and it ended up whatever squirt that was that time, that liquid just spilled down and rolled down to my ankle.
Okay.
So it didn't go in a place where it could rest. It didn't go in tissue. Or it didn't go in an artery. Because if it goes in your artery, that's another damaged part that can happen to you. It can go in an artery and kill you.
So do you regret doing any of this?
So I majorly regret it. Majorly. Again, I tell you, I'm a firm believer in doing what you want to do at
What
any
makes you
cost.
happy?
But there are some things that you can't do at any cost.
Not at the cost of life or death.
Really just death, because life wasn't even, the life was
I
there.
know what I said.
So,
Don't get rid of your life.
so I'm encouraging people to, make sure you do it the right way. Do it the right way, whatever the right way can be. Do it the right way. The underground doctors don't know.
What they doing,
But
first of all.
They don't. Bottom line is they don't know what they're doing. But they definitely don't know what medically is gonna happen to you from whatever they've
Or
done.
they might know, just don't care.
And they might know and just don't fucking care. That could be easily
When
be.
that happens, it may not happen instantly, because he had a.
No, but guess what? There's some people that had something done instantly, and it's bad, and that happened.
Yeah, I know, well, a friend of mine, her godmother's mother died from getting.
It's done.
Mhm.
Right. So I mean, a lot of instant. The underground people.
Underground.
In fact, one time like the story was in the news, there was a pumping party. And the people were there getting pumped, and this one lady ended up dying, and everybody left.
They left her on the table?
Left the lady.
I would leave too, I would. No,
You gotta call the emergency room for the lady or something.
Yeah.
So everybody left the lady, and the person, the house it was, ended up calling, but later. Didn't call right away when it was happening, probably trying to figure out what am I gonna say and what am I gonna do. And these people, and everybody done left, and the person that was pumping has left.
That's.
So again, the big thing behind it, why I even came to talk about it and let you guys know, just don't do it. Just don't do it because you don't know what can possibly happen years down the line or right then when it's actually happening. You don't know if it's gonna knock you out right then.
I wish we had the picture, like, I wish we could put a picture.
I sure wish I could see that picture. It's
I'm gonna
disgusting.
put it
On
up.
a later time when we post it, we're gonna put the picture.
I got some more gruesome pictures.
Oh, you do?
Oh, God,
Yeah,
yeah.
the ones I've seen, it's like already.
It'll make me sick.
But
Well, thank you, Corey, for coming on the show and bringing awareness to the surgery. We're not saying don't do surgery, but be aware and do not do it underground.
Right,
Okay, underground.
right.
And do your research, and do what
Even with regular
doctors
doctor,
and
yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, it always starts with you, you know, we're beautiful in and out, accepting who you are, but there's nothing wrong with enhancing and making something better that comfort for you, not for someone else.
Right.
Okay? So thank you for having us, and thank you for having Corey on our show, Shop Talk Live, the good, the bad, and the ugly.